ever wanted to make fresh pasta but a little bit intimidated by the whole process, thinking, how do I make this? Well, do not worry. I'm going to show you how to make it step by step. We're going to make a beautiful pappardelle, which is like those nice ribbons, a little bit thicker than fettuccine. We're going to serve it with a beautiful braised shin of beef in a kind of like a ragu sauce. So stay tuned for that. I'll show you how to put it all together. It's super straightforward and it's pure comfort for this time of year. So this one is going to be a lot of fun. Absolutely delicious. Stay tuned. Right, let's go.
Finally slice some garlic, 3 or 4 cloves, and get a few sprigs of rosemary and do the same. If you can't be bothered to do this, you can just put this in whole. Now you're going to put it into a little container, add about 2 tablespoons of good quality extra virgin olive oil. Mix that round, set it aside. Now I'm going to use shin of beef, an absolutely fantastic cut of meat because of that lovely bone marrow in the middle that goes lovely and gelatinous when you cook it out into your sauce. Add your rosemary garlic mixture, salt, pepper, cover it nicely, cover it with cling film, put it in the fridge for at least an hour or preferably overnight. So you're going to finally dice up a shallot, about a medium to large size. If you can't find shallots, you can use an onion in this, not a problem. And you're going to do the same with 1 stick of celery. And then we're going to do the same with 1 carrot. Peel it, top tail it, and dice it up nice and fine. For this type of a sauce, you don't want big chunky bits of vegetable. You want everything nice and fine so it goes beautifully with your pasta and lovingly coating your pappardelle. Now next we're going to need some passata, but I don't have any, so we're just going to use a can of regular San Marzano tomatoes and blitz them up till they get nice and fine. Don't forget to put a bit of water in there, make sure you get everything in there. You'll need 500 grams in total, and then we're going to add a heaped tablespoon of tomato paste. Okay, now set that all aside. Now brush off some of that garlic, and we're just going to sear these in a pan, Dutch oven. Make sure your pan's on about a medium heat. We don't want to sear these too aggressively. We just want a light sear. Season the other side with a bit of salt and pepper finally. And you're just going for like a light brown sear like that. Nothing too crazy because we do not want to burn that lovely rosemary. Okay, now once you've seared all this, you're going to have some lovely, beautiful sticky bits at the bottom, the fond. Add a bit of water, deglaze that, and then set that aside with your beef. Now put some oil back into this pan and we're going to add in our vegetables, and this is not going to take long at all to cook, 3 or 4 minutes. Just give it a nice little saute, some good salt and pepper, and then we're going to add a tablespoon of finely chopped sage. Give that all a good whiskey business, and you need about 250 mils or so of red wine. Might as well use the whole bottle there if you've got it. Okay, now put that in and you're going to cook that off and reduce it. I used a lovely Sangiovese, something nice. As you can see, it's all cooked off, adds a lot of flavor. Now add that tomato mixture back in, a little bit of water, about a cup or so. Give that a mix around, and then you're going to add your beef back into this beautiful, beautiful sauce. 2 bay leaves. Bring this up to the boil, give it a little stir, lid on, and put it in an oven about 330 for about 1.5 to 2 hours. So this one's been in for just shy of 2 hours. I think I left it in a little bit long because I was busy doing some other stuff. And as you can see, the meat is gorgeous, tender, falling off the bone, and that sauce is a lovely rich ragu. Now take everything out of that, and you can see the bone marrow has completely gone into the sauce. So that's amazing. Pull out the bay leaves and any other big bits of fat or bones, and you can just see how fork tender and beautiful that beef is. It would be rude not to try a little bit. Quality control. That's goddamn delicious. Now add some salt, some pepper, mix that through, add a bit of cling film on it just so it doesn't dry out when you put it in the fridge to rest until you need it when we're going to cook it with our pasta very shortly. Now for the pasta, you're going to sift 450 grams of type 00 farina flour, put it on your counter like that, make a well with the bottom of the bowl, add a pinch of salt, and then you're going to need 4 whole eggs and 2 egg yolks. And then slowly whisk them together like this, and then go around your well of flour and add a bit more flour as you go. Keep going until it gets to a thick kind of creme patisserie paste like this. Switch over to your bench scraper and chop in your flour like this as you go. Then you go in with your hands, fold it over, squeeze down, fold it over, squeeze down. Make sure you rub off all the excess off your hands as well. Do not waste anything, and then just keep working the dough. Get that workout in. You're going to do this for about 8 to 12 minutes until the gluten has formed. Basically when you squeeze it and the dough springs back like this. That's a good pasta. Now you just want to wrap this up in some cling film or a cloth and leave it at room temperature for 30 minutes. Now for the rolling of the pasta, I'm going to show you this more in depth on a pasta video, but for the sake of this video, we're just going to cut 10-inch sheets at number setting 5 on the machine. You can go to 6 as well, but I like a little bit thicker noodle for this type of pasta. Fold over your sheets like this, make sure they're floured, and then just cut 1-inch pieces all the way through and down as to not squeeze the pasta. Pick them all up like this from the top, give them a little shake, and there you have some beautiful pappardelle. Put some flour on them so they're nice and loose and set them aside like this. Now you can cover these with a damp cloth while you work on the rest of the pasta, or leave it out for 10-15 minutes to dry out a little. Okay, now heavily salt your water when it comes up to the boil. This is going to season the pasta very nicely. Then you're going to add a nice portion of your beef ragu into a pan, break it down a little bit. Add your fresh pasta in stages to your boiling water. Give that a little mix around, and then you're going to add some of this pasta water to loosen your sauce. Now, fresh pasta doesn't take long to cook, but the best way to check if it's done is just to taste a little bit. You're looking for a slight bite. We're going to cook it again in our sauce, so you can go a little bit under. Add a bit more of the cooking water, mix this through, make sure all that ragu is coated lovely and beautifully all over the pasta. You can see the noodle just wilts there. Add a bit more cooking water, a little bit of black pepper that we added, give it a taste, and you are off to the races, my son. Now, the only thing left to do is plate this up. Just put it into the bowl. It is a beautiful pasta dish. Add a little bit more of the pasta cooking water to that sauce just to thin it out a little bit if you need to. A nice bit of extra virgin olive oil, and then add a bit of grated Parmesan cheese, and you have a beautiful fresh pappardelle with shin of beef. Pure comfort in a bowl for those cold winter nights. Now, the only thing left to do is smash this.
Let's get into this. Cheers. That's so good. The beef has been braised with the red wine. It's a lovely, deep, rich flavor, really tasty, and goes amazingly with pappardelle. I mean, just look at that. Come on. Now that's what you want when it's winter outside, horrible, cold, miserable. You need some comfort in your life. And trust me, this is the one that does it. If you want to see more of this content, please like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate all of you who have commented and liked and subscribed so far. Goes a long way to blow up our channel. So much love to you all out there. Time to finish this just in time for dinner. And maybe a glass of wine too. Right. I'll see you on the next one.